So when I took a look at the energy that surrounds on a spiritual level, and I look at the influences that are around, I see the spirit looking up with their hand asking for help. And I see an angelic being around them, not fighting to get through. They're pretty serene. Touching them. Their wing is touching the hand. There's a connection. It's a new connection. The energy around it is refreshing, and the eye of the person, the eyes are open, and it looks like they're beginning to smile. The wings wrap around the person and cleanse the heart. And though the person is sitting, there's one leg ready to step up. There's a peace in this card and a comfort. There's a male spirit standing at the back, looking into the future. There's some knowledge there that needs to come, and it will, as the person steps up and turns around. There's a protection and there's a healing. It doesn't show any negative energies surrounding them. It shows the angel's face is quite relaxed, sure of the connection with the human. The angelic energy with the wings is blocking the past so that it is no longer seen. And the person is able. They're able to make this connection stronger. No negative energies. The energy that's surrounding right now, though, for the next month, going into about 2 months, is a mundane energy. It is something that needs to be looked at. It is an energy that is trying to stabilize. It's breaking insecurities, and it's trying to bring something that is sustainable. There's some kind of connection that has to do with a male. It shows that there's a safe holding because of this energy. The male is a spirit male. I don't see him old. But I do see that that's the male spirit that needs to connect. There's an energy that's coming from the city, and it's moving out. It shows that this energy that I'm talking about has been around for about 4 months, and so has 2 more months to go. Because it's gray, it means that there's still manifestation that's meant to take place, but it shows that the mind is in the right place, the heart is in the right place, and our foundation is right. I see the male wearing furs, So it shows that this has to happen and will be happening through these winter months while it's cool. Something's going to materialize. There is a blessing coming in the next 2 months. It is financial. And it does show that there are 4 financial things that need to be taken care of and completed as well as gained. As far as the mental level, it shows that for the next couple of months, peace of mind is really important in taking control of how you're feeling each day. You need to try to be at that balanced state. It shows no thinking ahead. It shows just being present. There is a little bit of a blindness that has to do with the mind right now because of the change. And it showed both on a financial level and on a mundane physical level and on a mental level. There is a changing energy, but it makes you stagnant too. It's a stagnant energy because you're not meant to tend to too much. Kind of hold tight while things are changing around. It's a preparation for spring. There's a preparation that's taking place. This will take place up until April. So on a mind level, you have full control. There's peace, but there's not stress. There's a calming, but there's a sternness. There's a balance, but there's a waiting. By the time you get to 4 to 5 months from now, the universe is going to be bringing in an energy where there will be a decision that needs to be made. There is a crossroads and a point where a physical decision is going to have to take place. What walk of life are you going to take? Both places will lead to the same destination. It's just how you want to walk it. Which one's more true to you, and which one keeps you where you're headed without a connection. There's a blind walk and there's an enlightened walk. But they will eventually both lead to the same place. So in 5 months, there's a decision of a crossroads where you will have to decide what you're going to do. And it is something physical to change in your life. The reason why it's universal is because it's an energy that will not leave until that decision is made. You could be there for a month, or you could be there for a few months. Or you can even get yourself stuck in it. Even though the path will go to the same place, the lengths of the walks could be very different. And really, the only thing you really have to do is what you want. It's got to feel right, and it's got to bring peace to you. It's got to change something. And in order to change it, you also have to choose the right path, and the right path will be an easier path, one that's more fulfilling for you, not one that is more punishing, more sacrifice. This is the key out of that walk. if you took the wrong path and decided you wanted to go with it without guidance and to walk it unawakened, it could take you up to 5 years to get out of that path. So you can either do it, be honest with yourself, or you can drag it along. The foundation, it shows that the foundation is a changing foundation, and a lot of it has to do with energy of the past. It's like walking a path, battling the past, feeling like you have to battle the past, and you don't. You have to let go of it. Your mind is what's brought you to this place. And all of the things that you find hard, chaotic, there's a lot of anger towards other people's minds and how they've affected you or what they've taken from you. Most of it has to do with the vultures and leeches. And that's the one thing that you have to be able to do. The foundation shows that be aware of those leeches that are around, but don't fight against them. Let them be leeches. Let people be unawakened. You're not meant to go searching and changing and teaching life lessons of people you've already had connected to you in the past. You need to turn around and move the other way. So the mind thing and the way of thinking does have to change through this month, like within the next 4 weeks for you, for the energy to give you peace of mind. February is a really good calming month if you could get through the changing of how you're thinking about the past. It's like the feeling of the wind blowing against you, and it's not. You're flowing in the wrong direction up until now. You have to change it around, and it's all got to do with the mind. And I feel like that's why the angelic being that I saw was trying to block the past, because the only thing that's grabbing it is the mind. There's no heart there. It's just difficulties that are illusions. The past walk shows a materialistic walk. It shows that there's a mastery of being able to see how to succeed, and it shows the knowingness of security. It shows that there was a lesson learned, and that lesson did end. It ended with 2017. It's a materialistic lesson. It has to do with the world, your life in the world, and your finances. But it shows that even though there is that security and a knowingness, it only brought more stress. The success that was tapped into was fruitful, but there was always something dark or something trying to always take away from that fruitfulness. Leeches, people that steal, and people that are trying to hurt make things difficult. The whole last year was about dealing with other people making things more difficult in your outside world. Because it was a lesson that had to be learned. You did need to know how to take care of those people, fight through that, speak for yourself, stand for yourself, gain some strength, and understand your security. Because there was a mastery there, a new journey is starting to begin. So there is something really good that will happen on a financial level this year, because this year there is no journey that has to do with the finances. So far, up for the next 4 months, 4 to 5 months, the only journey is going to be making about making a decision. Is your path going to be easier, or is it going to be the same shit, different pile? That's what comes to my mind. Because no matter what, you're enlightened enough to be walking your path right now. You are walking your path right now, but it's the distractions of the past and the self-punishment and the sacrifice to try to fix things. Nothing was fixed. All the effort that was put in the last year, nothing was fixed. Especially with people, nothing was fixed. The only thing that changed was you, the way you see things, and the knowingness of what you really want and what you don't want anymore. And with that knowledge, that feeling, and that connection, something really good is going to happen this year. I mean, I don't know when yet. I can't see it. But it does show that there was a mastery that came out of the last year. And not just the last year, actually. It shows 5 years. It shows that these are 5-year journey right now. Emotionally, there's so much releasing taking place. But yet, it is not a release of sadness. There's 2 things, 2 aspects of wholeness that's right behind. As soon as you turn around, there's some things that you're going to receive. There's 2 good things ready to come. There's some answered prayers. But it does show a release of disappointments. Or disappointment doesn't even exist. The disappointment people hold doesn't even exist. There's things that need to be released. And it shows that 2 good things are trying to come in right away. Like, within the next week, there's something good. And then the week after that, there is something good. That is what's going to turn you around. The next good thing will turn you around. You can't let your feelings and your emotions go stagnant this year. You can't sit there with regrets. Things you can't or couldn't or wouldn't do. You need to follow your heart. Stop making excuses for what love is and what life is. Stop blaming the emptiness on what you can't do. all these can'ts are bullshit. And that's what the last year was about, a lot of can'ts. When it comes to love, you're supposed to live the life of love, of what you want to feel. And if you're not living the life of what you want to feel, you're denying yourself completely. You're stuck in your head. So this shows that there is a change of pattern that's going to take place, but you need to turn yourself around on an emotional level and also on a mental level. Both those levels need to be turned around so you can start receiving something and moving forward instead of keep pulling away from your future for bullshit, for things that aren't even real in your life. Stop worrying about the love you're getting from other people. Start feeling it. Stop looking at what you're not getting and start looking at what you're getting. Get out of that. Get to work. I see that there's about a 4-month energy, and then after you get out of that, so January, February, March, April, going into May, there's the energy starts to really build. Busyness starts to take place. It shows there's positive growth. You're out of the energy I've just been talking about and into building something in the future. There's actually something at play. And it shows on a financial level, things have doubled. So there may be something that you need to put your money into in the next 4 months. You may need to make a decision for something to come into fruition for May. There's definitely more money to come in May, but it's money that's being made, and it's something that is being created. And it is not from somebody else's pocket. It is of your own. Something that you gotta be doing. Something that will grow and sustain. This is gonna have an 8-month building influence. So from May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So from May to December, it shows money is going to be made. Finances double. And something can carry you out of it. You'll be doing something totally finished, done. You'll be doing something totally different by the next year. On a career level, like financially, but also it has to do with receiving. From the upper world energies. It has to do with receiving a miracle and a chance to do what's right for you. Something that is your talent and something that you can do from where you're at. But the vision of it, even though you start working on it in May and June, the actual miracle and vision of it probably won't take place until July. That's where that opportunity and something is handed. In July and August, you know your life has changed. Some kind of miracle comes in, some kind of blessing. And it shows that it's from Uriel's realm. Or it has to do with wisdom and sight. It has to do with your life and something you don't have in your life right now. But it's tangible. And it makes your life a lot easier. Because with that blessing, a new universal energy comes in. You've made the right decision with the influence that's surrounding you now. You go into the summertime with a universal energy of a new way of thinking, being carried by the spirit, positive new growth, and some kind of veil has lifted. A lot of weight is off the shoulders. There's a spontaneous energy, and it's good health. Regeneration and rebirth. Things are running for 2 months with a universal energy, so a lot of the energy is not personal energy. Even though your abilities are heightened and your life feels heightened, it's not energy of your own. It's a universal energy teaching something, bringing something, and showing what a manifestation is, what an easier ride is. And then it shows the transformation that has started, that we've been sitting in today, and kind of that grayness where it transforms is in 8 months from now. All the things that we're holding on to and worried about today, things we feel blocked, do not exist in 8 months from now. However, it shows that at the 8th month from now, there's a message that the Spirit is trying to bring, and it's being missed or ignored. Or not received. You're not receiving it. So that's something that has to be in your awareness, that in 8 months from now you need to reopen yourself up to receive a message about love, about your relationship, your heart, and the next step. You can't get lazy in 8 months from now. 8 months from now, there's another call of duty almost. The journey begins to change. You go from finances to emotions. But it's brought to you. You don't have to go searching it out. There's a calling. It's going to lead you somewhere. It does show travel this time next year. You're going to be somewhere else. I don't know where yet. It shows 3 things of travel. And this third one that takes place this time next year, or you're ready to go this time next year, is bright. And that has to do with opportunity. It has to do with what you're meant to be doing. It has to do with an expansion. It shows a combination of 3 things that make your life secure. They have to be 3 tangible things that you're doing. And one of those 3 things will bring you a reason to travel. It's going to take you somewhere else, and it's actually going to take you somewhere else. It's like this time next year there's a finish line, and it's going to be crossed. So I like to see what kind of influences that, you know, a lot of times we focus on the things in our life. Like, we'll focus on love, but the spirits around us, our journey might not be about love. It might be about something else. So I like to see what the spirits feel that our journey, like, is about and how they're influencing us in the next year. The main influence that is around us is abundance. So that totally fits with bringing in that security and calmness and just being and not getting ahead. You're not even going to be able to see really what's ahead. You're being blocked from that until you're able to make the decision that you need to in a few months. And this is the next good thing that's coming our way. The sign is a manifestation that's going to take place. And that's going to happen in the next 5 days. Some kind of positive manifestation, sign from the spirit that shows that you are taken care of, that you don't have to deal with the past anymore. So this time next year, how are we going to see this reading was about? And it's merging. It's like when things, this time next year, things that weren't a reality will be a clear reality. Things that were said in this reading will be fully manifested into physical form. Let's do one on the physical body and healing. How are the spirits influencing that? Celebration is what I got. So it shows regeneration, good news, an easier connection to your biorhythm once you are able to clear the past and the mind. Let's do the energy that's protecting us from our past, so that we don't have to keep dealing with those things that got in our way. Surrender and release. And that's taking place. It has been taking place, and it's still going to take place for another 2 months. So let's pick one for Valentine's Day. That's the next good energy day. Body care. So physically, by Valentine's Day, we'll be feeling different. Our life will feel different. Our body will feel different. It'll feel better. You'll be ready for romance. The spring energy will be getting the heat on for you. And let's do one on the people that are helping us in spirit, our loved ones. How are our loved ones that are passed away influencing us right now? Retreat means that they do come and go as they want, but they're also trying to make things a little easier for us. They're trying to give us space that we can retreat into and feel the comfort, the security. About my reading and what I've said tonight. I want a message about that. freedom. And that is something that I'm going for. Connecting and living with the Spirit, feeling the freedom to do so, the freedom of life, knowing that we're provided for and taken care of.